Have you ever sent a message that felt perfect, and then watched it die on his screen? No reply, no urgency, just silence. Yet some women tap a few words and men appear at their door like soldiers summoned by a royal seal. Here is what they know. Seduction isn't only what you say, it's the shape you say it in. I am Cleopatra. I do not chase. I attract, I choose, and I decide when the doors of my palace open. Tonight, I will place a scroll in your hands, a ritual few are taught. I call it the Papyrus Stagger. Simple, precise, modern, yet ancient. Send texts like this, and you will feel the current flip. He leans in. He tries harder. He follows your rhythm without realizing he's dancing. First, look at his mind as a desert at noon. Wide, distracted. Everything blurs in the heat. Most messages evaporate there. Too long, too flat, too eager. The Papyrus Stagger creates oasis and shade. It makes the eye rest. It tells the brain, this is different. Pay attention. What is the Papyrus Stagger? Think of a message like a royal decree, cut into clean lines, layered like silk over skin. Not a paragraph, not a flood. 3 short lines, each line with a purpose. Line 1 opens the door with a sensory spark. Line 2 pivots, tight and unexpected. Line 3 teases a direction without giving it away. 3 beats. A rhythm that feels like stepping from hot sun into cool marble halls. Listen to the difference. Imagine texting. I had the most interesting coffee today. Wish you were there. Maybe next time. Flat. It asks him to rescue the moment. Now the stagger. Coffee was dangerous. The barista told a secret. I'm still deciding if you could handle it. Feel it? 3 lines. No begging. No question marks chasing. You created a shape that seduces his curiosity and his pride. He wants to know. He wants to prove he can handle it. And notice, he must walk toward you to get the reveal. This shape triggers the pursuit instinct because men chase patterns they can't fully solve. You didn't explain, you implied. The brain tries to close loops. Curiosity is a leash when used with grace. Your 3 lines are that leash. Silk, not rope. Now the second layer, the seal word. Ancient scrolls carried a wax seal. The message was felt before it was read. Your text needs a soft seal, a single word that hangs at the end, heavy with intention. It doesn't complete the sentence. It completes the mood. Words like almost, daring, noted, tempting. Choose one that fits your energy. Place it where the breath would catch. Watch. He asked for my number again. Tempting. It's not a plea for attention. It's an announcement of options. The seal word tempts him to step forward, to claim, to test his confidence. Another. I found us a view. Almost. Almost is a cliff edge. 1 step left to take. Who moves first? He will try. That is pursuit. Use the seal word sparingly. Once, maybe twice in a day. A seal loses power when stamped on everything. You are a queen, not a rubber stamp. Third, the sacred glyph. No, not 10 emojis like confetti. 1. Singular. Signature of mood, not brand. Use it like a jeweled pin on a black dress. Rare, precise, and meaningful. Perhaps it's a subtle sparkle, a crescent, a quiet star. The glyph is not your identity. It's your green light. When he earns warmth, you mark that moment with the glyph. When he slips, the glyph vanishes and the lines go cool. Why does this work? Because his mind learns your language without being told. When he sees the glyph, he feels he did something right. When it's absent, he senses the air changed. That's how a queen trains a court. Quiet signals, consistent meaning. He adjusts to win the sign again. He invests. Let me show you a sequence. He sends, when are you free? Ordinary. Your reply, depends on the company. The river's perfect at dusk. The glyph appears because he asked with intent. You created a scene, not a schedule. He feels invited without being given everything. He will propose. If he proposes poorly, come over now. The star vanishes in your next message. He feels it. He learns. Fourth, the candle edge. You do not ghost. You trim. Cut the message one breath before the reveal. The mind leans over the balcony and stares into the night for the next line. That lean is pursuit. And you hold it. Politely, warmly, without apology. A clean edge is not cruelty. It's craft. For example, there's a place I want to show you, but stop right there. Not forever. Long enough for him to ask which place, when, how. You let him move first. That's the pattern. You open the door. He steps in. Now, a word on tone. Your words are not sugar. They are saffron, strong in small amounts. Short lines read as calm. Calm reads as high value. High value reads as rare. Rare is irresistible. When you type less, each word carries more perfume. Men chase the perfume, not the smoke. But Cleopatra, can I send a paragraph when I'm excited? You may. Once. When it truly matters, write the story. Then return to the stagger. Desire thrives in contrast. The stillness makes the music louder. Let's add breath to the ritual with voice. The Courier Switch. In my time, I sent messages with a horse, a runner, a dove. Each had a purpose. In your time, you have text, voice, and face. Know when to switch. If a moment heats, if he laughs, if he engages, if he proves bold, send a short voice note. Not 10 seconds of ramble, 7 seconds of silk, the sound of your smile, the hint of a laugh. One line, you'd get in trouble with me at that coffee place. Then back to text. He will replay it. He will hear your breath between words. That breath becomes a place he wants to visit. If you switch too soon, you gift him your palace on the first knock. If you never switch, you starve the senses and he wanders. So you time the courier. You choose when to move sound, when to move light, when to move your presence to a doorway in the world. Now, watch how all layers merge. Imagine he texts. What are you doing tonight? Most women write. Not sure you? You will write. Drapes open. City looks like gold dust. Considering mischief. 3 lines. Sensory. Mood. Direction without details. If he's clever, he bites. What kind of mischief? You reply, depends who volunteers. Almost. The seal word lands like a coin on marble. He hears it. He will offer himself. You will then choose using the candle edge. There's a jazz place with dark corners, but cut. Wait. He proposes action, time, a plan. He leads, under your light. You might ask, how often do I stagger? Not every message. Seduction is seasoning. Use it when you want to create tension, when you want him leaning forward, when you want the night to feel expensive. Between those moments, be warm, be human, be playful. Otherwise, you become a trick instead of a woman. The goal is not to perform. It is to reign. Let me warn you of 2 mistakes. First, the eager flood. Long paragraphs, multiple questions, apology emojis. Floods drown fire. He will float away. Second, the cold cliff. Too many edges, too many tests, too much silence. If he can't feel welcome, he won't attempt the door. Honey and stone together. Always. A small ritual for your fingers before you press send. Read your message out loud. If you can't breathe while saying it, he won't breathe while reading it. Add white space. Add one image he can smell or touch. Cinnamon on the rim, rain on shoulders, velvet chair in the corner. Sensory over syllables. And now, I want you to choose your glyph. Not a heart, not a cliché. Something with story. A tiny scarab, a crescent, a single dot. Yes, A dot can be a glyph when you use it like a jewel. Use it only when he behaves like a man who deserves your softness. The absence of the glyph is not punishment. It's clarity. Let men experience the difference between a queen's warmth and her weather. Quick question for you. What part would you try first? The seal word or the courier switch? Tell me below. And if this secret already made your fingers ache to try it, tap like and subscribe so I can place the next scroll in your hands. Let's practice with 3 scenes. Scene 1. The late invite. He texts at 10:42. You up? Your reply smiles without bending. Moon's out, hair pinned, doors are closed. 3 lines. Clean. No anger. No lecture. He can feel your boundary without a paragraph. The next day, when he invites with respect, your glyph appears. He will notice. Scene 2. The bold plan. He proposes dinner. Good. You reply, I prefer windows and linen. Thursday works. Notice the order. Preference, then time, then glyph. He feels your standard and your yes. He moves to secure. You do not chase. You do not audition. Scene 3. The mystery share. He opens up about something he rarely says. You don't analyze. You don't overcare. You say, noted, brave, more. 3 lines. No emoji. The more is a door. He walks through it with another share. Later when you meet, you place your hand on his sleeve and say, I remembered. Men chase women who witness, not women who perform. Why does this work? Because your messages do not try to entertain him. They frame him. They invite him to prove himself inside your world. The stagger gives you pace. The seal word gives you weight. The glyph gives you meaning. The candle edge gives you restraint. The courier switch gives you breath. Together, they create a signature he will search for at night. But what if he doesn't respond? Then your scroll is not for that door. Do not bang on it. Queens do not beg. They redirect. Try the ritual with a man who deserves the effort. When a man is ready to lead, he can feel a woman who knows how to invite. Here is a small spell to whisper before you text. I am the room. He is the guest. My words set the lighting. This keeps your power soft and present. You are not trying to be witty. You are setting the light. When you combine this with your life, your real life, filled with motion, your messages become map points, not lifelines. Show movement. I'm choosing a book for Paris. Running to Pilates, hair a mess. Learning to cook one impossible dish. Little windows, no monologues. He sees a caravan moving. He quickens his step. And remember, seduction is never vulgar. It is art. It's the placement of a comma, the space between lines, the hint of warmth when earned. It is you designing the experience of being near you, even through a glowing screen. Women who master this never settle for attention. They command devotion. So tonight, when your phone lights, do not hurry. Draw your message like eyeliner, clean, deliberate, at an angle that could cut a myth. 3 lines, 1 seal word if needed. Your glyph when he deserves it. Leave the candle edge. If heat rises, send 7 seconds of voice. Then smile, and let him walk into the room you built. You are no longer at the mercy of the typing dots. You hold the scroll. Use it with grace. Use it with standards. Use it to turn the game back to its original design. He pursues, and you choose. I have spoken. When you're ready, I will place another secret in your hand. But tonight, try the Papyrus Stagger once. Watch how the air changes. Watch how he returns. And if he does not? Good. The desert clears. The next caravan will see your fire from miles away. Carry yourself like gold at sunset. Write like a queen, and when he reads you, he will move.